and I'm very happy that I can make use of your hospitality. If there is is this a protest about not having any access, I'm more than willing to come back soon to redo or do something similar. And is it maybe possible to switch off the lights? Okay, I basically prepared something about our own work on history, but I want to introduce also an initial comment. I think the Dutch and the Italians have very similar issues. We are very superficial about our own history, and you are very profound about your own history. And I think that both conditions are actually problematic for good architecture. We have basically enjoyed a kind of period of a very positive reputation. The horrible word super Dutch has been kind of invented, and you are struggling kind of to define yourself. This is kind of basically 8 proposals for the current Biennale. Should I take this one here? Is this working better? This is 8 kind of proposals for the current Biennale, and I think there is a kind of strange symmetry between our vulgar modernity and your complex modernity. So I'm very sympathetic, actually more sympathetic to your condition than to our condition. Sympathetic to the point that, for instance, in this representation of CCTV, I can recognize it for an extravagant, even slightly vulgar building, even though in this representation of CCTV, I think it's serious intentions, namely to be part of a very delicate urban situations, are also very visible, at least to me. And I think we have to live currently in the current state of architectural culture and the current state of architectural criticism in these kind of very ambiguous conditions, where what is good and what is bad are extremely hard to define. Actually, I'm sometimes forgetting our, let's say, most profound production, or my own most profound production. I can say that my real motivation in architecture has been to look at architectural history. Whether it is the history of New York, the history of Singapore, the history of shopping, there's always a deeply historical element with it, in spite of our reputation, of course, for kind of relentless and aggressive modernity. And that was also for me exciting when we did the koolhaas exhibition in Venice, to discover that actually you can also describe an alternative history of our office, which is our office obsessed with the relationship with history. And obviously in the case